thing I want to mention to you actually is I want to talk about what's going on with crypto. Right now with crypto, I don't know how many of you've noticed that your crypto's been taking off and really doing extremely well. And the thing is, I spent some time today talking about why I'm a big believer in crypto right now. I believe that Bitcoin and Ethereum in particular, and Cardano is another favorite that I have. Basically, have a lot of things going in their favor. Now, remember when you talk about investing, there is no such thing as a sure thing. There is no such thing as an investment that's definitely going to make it. Like so what somebody who doesn't understand investing might say is they might do something like they might say, "Oh, well, you said that I should invest in this thing over here, and it didn't work out, and so that means you don't know what you're talking about." And that's just not true. Because it's almost like watching a basketball game and somebody sees a good player. They say, "Oh, who's the best player in the court?" "Oh, it's LeBron James." And so LeBron James shoots the ball, and they say, "Oh, he's not the best player because I saw him shoot the ball 2 times and it didn't go in." Right? Well, just because LeBron missed a couple of shots, that doesn't mean he's not a good player. That doesn't mean it wasn't a good shot. That just means that the probabilities didn't work in his favor. So you got to remember when it comes to investing, investing always comes with risk. It always comes with risk. And the way you can tell whether or not somebody understands investing is how do they respond when the risk does not work in their favor. So you have some people who make an investment and somebody says, "Oh, I really think you should invest in soybeans, or I think you should invest in this business." And then let's say that things don't work out. Well, the next thing you know, they're saying, "Oh, well, you stole from me. You robbed me." Right? Well, how did he rob you? Well, because he told me that to invest my money and that I was going to make money, and I didn't make money. I lost money. Well, no, that's not you. There's a good chance maybe you didn't get robbed. You just lost. You took a shot and it didn't go in. Right now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes there's such a thing as a bad shot. Like you had the NFL player Clinton Portis, who had apparently, I think his investment advisor had him put $1 million or something in one investment, which means he didn't have his money spread out. That was a bad shot, right? So bad shots have a greater chance of not going in. But sometimes even a bad shot, sometimes you get lucky and the bad shot goes in, right? So ultimately, just know that when I tell you guys about crypto, this is not me saying that, "Oh, crypto's a sure thing. It's definitely going to do great. It's going to be awesome," right? So if you hear anybody say, "Well, oh no, they said that crypto was going to be good and it didn't, it turned out bad," see, they don't know what they're talking about. That means a couple of things. One, they don't understand investing, and two, they don't understand this thing called time horizon. A lot of times, an investment that looks really terrible in a 6 month or 1 year period can be the best investment in the world if you give it 5 or 10 years to play itself out. A lot of this stuff, especially in an area like crypto, is it's a long-term play. It's a 10-year game. So somebody who says, "Oh, well, you told me to invest in crypto and I bought crypto and I held it for 2 weeks and I didn't make any money. You're crazy. You were wrong." That's a person who doesn't understand investing. That's about the most ignorant, ridiculous statement you can make, because some of these investments are things that are not really even going to play out on a big scale until the year 2030. Do you know how many things right now that are worth billions of dollars that people started investing in 2002, right? 2006? Right? If you'd ask anybody about Amazon back in 2007, will Amazon one day be worth trillions of dollars? They would have said, "No, what are you talking about? Amazon's not even, it's a cheap little crappy little bookstore run by one guy," right? So things evolve over time in ways that you don't expect. So when I look at crypto, I'm enthusiastic about crypto right now. And I think it's going to play out sooner rather than later. Although there are some things that say that we could hit another crypto winter, meaning another dip where the prices just go straight to hell for a little while, like they did back in 2017. But right now, crypto has a lot working in its favor. Number one, there's increased institutional adoption. I think that that's going to happen because the institutions want to be where the money is, and they're seeing crypto just taking off this past couple months, and I think they want to be a part of that. Two is they're talking about developing crypto ETFs and futures contracts, which is a big deal because that's going to pour more money into the market. Three, crypto is being used heavily in third world countries to develop a more established, more secure monetary system. That's a problem that they have to solve, and El Salvador and some other countries are solving that. Four, NFTs. NFTs are this massively weird market where people are somehow paying $1 million for ugly little pictures of cats and stuff. I have no idea why they do it. It makes no sense to me. I'm not gonna ever buy any of those NFTs, to be honest with you, because what I see is I see kind of a little bit of leaning on what they call the bigger fool theory. The bigger fool theory is that you don't buy something because you believe it has true fundamental value. You buy it because you believe that there's a bigger fool than you. There's somebody who will pay more than what you paid for this thing that you just bought. So I'm not saying that it makes you stupid. I'm just saying that's not my thing. I'm not into that. But I do think that the NFT market, which is built on the Ethereum network, is going to boost the price of Ethereum. And if you own Ethereum or really pretty much any crypto, any of the major cryptos this month, you have seen your money literally skyrocketing. And so the key thing I would say here that's really worked well when it comes to crypto investing in my portfolio has been that patience. Just sort of patiently just add a little bit in there, not overdoing it, not having more than 5 or 10% of your portfolio in crypto, but patiently adding, a little bit here, a little bit there, and not getting too caught up in the fly by nights, not getting caught up in the gambling. Dogecoin, that's gambling. Shiba Inu, that's gambling. I'm not saying you shouldn't gamble. I'm just saying that ain't the same as investing, right? I'm talking about the solid cryptos that look like that look like good investments. Now today, crypto's having a rough day. Maybe that's a buying opportunity. I don't know. I mean, there's going to be a pullback. I mean, why wouldn't you expect there to be a pullback if you got all these cryptos that literally some of them have gone up as much as 90, 100% in a month? Well, when that happens, you tend to have a pullback. Well, why do you have a pullback? Well, you have a pullback because some people want to take their money off the table. They don't want to leave their money invested in that. And you should have a pullback. Why is that? Well, because what happens is that when you have one asset that does extremely well, it becomes a gigantic part of your portfolio. It takes up too much of your portfolio, and you are in danger at that point. You're in economic danger because everything that goes real good can also go real bad. Just like in a relationship, a real passionate relationship means that really passionate person can love the hell out of you, but that's also the person that might kill you, right? That's why the police, the first suspect they find when somebody goes missing is they say, well, let's find out about the boyfriend. What kind of man was he, right? Because the person who will walk 10 miles in the snow to kiss you is the same guy who might walk 10 miles in the snow to kill you. So when you have that one asset that is in your portfolio that is going insane, that's making tons of money for you, that doesn't mean you double down and trickle down and hop in and say, oh my God, this is my big break. This is the one thing that's gonna get me out the hood. No, this is not hoop dreams. We're not trying to get to the NBA. This is not a time to double down. This is a time to double back a little bit, right? Spread your money out. Protect yourself a little bit, right? Like in a basketball game, when you're up by 30 points, that doesn't mean you start shooting half-court shots. It means you slow down the offense a little bit. You control the ball a little bit. You let the clock run down a little bit, right? You start playing more conservatively because you want to protect the lead, because the benefit of chasing more upside is now exceeded by the fear of going to the downside and losing what you have. Right. So that's why you tend to see wealthier people become more conservative because they're trying to conserve what they've got. I told you guys in class, the steps to building wealth are very simple. One, find out where the money's at. A lot of people never study wealth. That's why they don't have any money, because they never learn where the money's at. If you want to get something, you got to know where to go get it. Number two, make a plan to go get it. A lot of people don't plan. I don't know why planning is such a radical concept, but I've found that planning actually helps you succeed a lot better than hoping that you'll be successful by accident. So you find out where the money's at, you make a plan. Number three, you work the plan, you execute the plan. Well, execution is probably the number one variable that separates all the great people that have tremendous potential and all the people that actually become great, right? So executing the plan. Wealth is an accumulation strategy. The difference between rich people and poor people is that rich people have simply accumulated their money over time. It ain't because they got an NBA contract. It ain't because they got a record deal. It ain't because they won the lotto. And 9 times out of 10, when somebody's wealthy, it's because when their chips were coming in, they were stacking their chips. When the little tiny crumbs were coming in, they pulled those crumbs together and baked themselves a nice cake. When the money was coming in, they weren't sending the money out. They know that it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. So the same way when you were 10, you always knew that little kid who always had money, more money than everybody else. So that's because if he and his siblings all got $10 a week for allowance, his siblings would go spend their $10. He would save his $10. Next thing you know, he's got $135 and nobody knows how it happened. Well, it's because he went through an accumulation process. He took his time, added his money up. He worked his plan. Now he's got more. Now he's the wealthiest kid in the family. The last piece, after you figured out where the money's at, made a plan to go get the money, executed the plan in the accumulation process is the last piece, which gets back to the word conservative. Your goal now is not to score more points. Your goal is to protect the ball first and foremost. Now, excuse me. Now, you might try to still score more points, but protecting the ball is more important than scoring more points. You're not necessarily, a billionaire is not trying to be a super billionaire as much as they're trying to make sure they don't go back to becoming a millionaire or a thousandaire, right? So after you secure the ball, then you start moving the ball down the field. That's why in football, when a team is up, what do? Are they throwing the ball down the field 80 yards on every play? No. They're taking their time. They're running the ball, and if they can get a first down by running the ball, then great. If not, they'll just they'll go 3 and out and punt it down the field and make you work to get back into the game. So the same thing is true when it comes to building your wealth. That's the wealth accumulation process. So ultimately, with crypto, I'm a big fan of what I'm seeing in crypto right now. I have been investing extensively in crypto. If you actually want to see my crypto portfolio, I've got a screenshot. You can go to drboycecrypto.com. It's all right there. Also, we have a Black Crypto Investing Club, which, by the way, if you're in the Black Crypto Investing Club, we're going to have a meeting together at the All Black National Convention. The URL for the Black Crypto Investing Club is theblackcryptoclub.com, theblackcryptoclub.com. We have crypto experts that we've hired that have come into the Black Business School that are doing a great job. So feel free to go to theblackcryptoclub.com. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is start answering more of your questions that you submitted in the Black Stock Market Program. And if you're listening on the outside and you want to join us, you can go to the blackstockmarketprogram.com and you can join us in class and leave me questions, and I will answer every single question that you submit. All right, so let's hop in and talk a little